back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys some baby products I really recommend buying if you're going to be a first-time mum or whether you're just having a baby in general. These products really helped me get through the first 3 months of having a newborn. Obviously River is not a newborn anymore, he's now 3 months. So I'm going to be just showing you some of the favourite products that I use and things I really recommend buying that genuinely helped me. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. But if you would like to see some of the products I really recommend using, then please keep watching. So the first thing that I'm going to be recommending is a breast pump. So I breastfed River for 2 months. I was exclusively pumping every day. It's really tough, but I done it for 2 months, and then I sort of started weaning him onto Aptamil at the same time because I just wasn't getting enough milk, and now he is on to formula and he is growing really well and he's putting on weight, so it's great. But the Medela Freestyle Hands breast pump was the thing that literally saved my life. I used it every single day. It's wireless, so once you have charged the machine, you can literally just walk around with it all day and get on with everything that you need to do. So this is what it looks like. I have it here. These were literally the thing I used every single day, multiple times. They fit perfectly into your top and you can literally do anything while you're feeding. They fit a good 5 ounces, even over 5 ounces, so you can get lots of milk in them, and they're super easy. And then you just charge the machine and attach it, and you can just like put it on your pocket or hold it. I'll get the other part, I forgot to get it. It's definitely very pricey, but I would say it's completely worth the price because it genuinely really helped me. And then you can also put it in the Medela little milk collectors, and I just used to put it in the fridge, my breast milk. And then this is what the machine looks like that comes with it, and you just turn it on and then it starts pumping. I really miss using it, but honestly it's very hard. If you know, breastfeeding and pumping can become very tiring, and if your milk supply decreases it can be very hard. So yeah, that is what I used when I was pumping. I also tried other breast pumps such as the Lansano one, which is like one that you have to sit there and hold, but out of all of them this was definitely my favorite and I really recommend it. So next I thought we'd move on to bottles. So as I was exclusively pumping, I was obviously using bottles every day and obviously sterilising as well. So at the start, he really did like the MAM anti-colic bottles. These were his go-to, and I know these are very popular, so I definitely do recommend these. But I recently found a different brand that I recommend so much because he absolutely, and I can't say it for every baby, but I really noticed a change in how much he was having when I moved on to these bottles. So these are the Lansano bottles, and he just really loves the teat. They're called natural wave teats, and they even have like an air hole, like so they don't get trapped wind, and honestly he just really preferred these bottles over anyone I've tried before. I think the teat really resembles a nipple more than any other bottle, so he started having these I'd say around like 2 months, and I've moved on to the bigger ones now as well, but I'm sterilising at the moment. But yeah, I would really recommend these bottles. You don't hear about them as much. I feel like MAM is the main baby like bottle brand that you hear about, but these are definitely my favourite and I would really recommend the Lansano ones. Another MAM product I would recommend using are the MAM dummies. These ones are called comfort ones and they have like a really cool shape. I personally, this is a new pack, but I use all of the MAM dummies and they're really great. They have a really soft silicone teat, so it's really nice for the babies to suck. They also are really gentle on baby skin. I really recommend these ones out of any of them, these in particular. And he also just likes all different MAM dummies. He has lots of them. I've tried lots of different brand dummies and these are definitely his favourite, the MAM ones, so I really recommend them, especially if you have a baby who likes to have comfort a lot of the time, because sometimes you'll think they're like hungry but really they just want to suckle on something, so the dummies are really good for that. Next thing I'm going to show you is something that I literally used while he was from newborn up until about a month ago. He doesn't really fit in this anymore, it's too small for him now, but it is the Docatot Deluxe. So it is a bit like a sleepy head, I think. What is it called? I think it's called a sleepy head. Just something that a baby can lay in. They're not supposed to sleep in these overnight. They're only supposed to sleep in them in the daytime if they're having a nap and they're under supervision, which is obviously what I'd done. But it honestly saved my life because it's sort of quite secure. He found it much more like easier, I think, to sleep in this rather than putting him in his cot all the time, where it's quite open and big and not very cozy. And he would literally sleep in it for hours. And I just really recommend it. It's so good. It also has like a little extension at the end. It does unclip, so you can make it longer, but he doesn't fit in it anymore anyway. Again, quite pricey, but definitely recommend it. Another thing I definitely recommend is a breastfeeding cushion. So I used this while I was breastfeeding. I just got this one from Mamas and Papas when I was almost ready to pop. And my mum said that she always used to use them and they were really helpful to her. And honestly, you can use them in so many different ways. So I sort of would like put it around like this, and then I would just like prop him up here, and it would be much easier to feed him. And then another way you can use it when your baby gets a bit older is you can actually do tummy times. You can sort of lay them on their fronts, their heads like looking up here, so it helps them get like a strong neck. And I also sit him up like upright after I've just fed him, so that he doesn't get a lot of wind, so he doesn't throw up. So I like sort of sit him in it on the bed, and he likes to sit and like engage with everyone and communicate. So I definitely recommend a nursing pillow or a breastfeeding cushion, whatever you want to call it. Another thing I recommend, which I feel like you can start using at any age really, he started using this I would say from about maybe 6 weeks onwards, is a play mat. They're very good for helping babies like engage and learn and, you know, see colours and everything. Apparently babies can only actually see in black and white when they're first born, so this is like hence why it's got the black and white features and around here. And this is just a very colourful one. I just got this from Smith's toy store, and it has some little things that come with it. This one squeaks, some of them shake, and then it has a little mirror. And I just found like sometimes, you know, when you just don't know what your baby wants and they're crying and they're in a bit of a fuss, if I would just lay him down on the mat, he would literally just stop crying and he would just sort of look around. Like sometimes they like to be laid flat, and I think it takes away like their stomach pain. So that always really helped me when he was going through his colicky stage, and when he was about 2 months it was really bad. Thank God he's out of that now because he's older, but don't worry if you're going through it, I know what it feels like. So I really recommend that, and he still uses it now every day. He loves it, and he's even started to reach and grab the toys on it, so it's so cute. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. Another thing I would recommend is definitely bright coloured soft toys. So these are from Jellycat. I love the brand Jellycat. I think they have such like nice soft teddies, and he really loves looking at these. These are really handy if you're in the car and he's in like the car seat traveling, and I found I would just like hang them on the back of the, you know, the car seat, like where you sit, like the seat, the head, and just hang them around so that they are facing onto his little car seat. And these are some tomatoes, and also obviously there's a thing called Dancing Fruits, which is on YouTube. He loves to watch that. And these are sort of like that in real life. So I have these little tomatoes, and I have a lemon, and I also have an aubergine. So yeah, he really likes looking at these. Obviously you could get them from any brand, but these ones are from Jellycat. Another thing I would definitely recommend using is this Angel Care baby bath seat. So if you're ever like wondering what baby bath to get, sometimes I feel like a bath seat is better. I personally watched my mum use this on my sister when she was younger, so I always was planning on getting one. And they actually have some pastel colours now, so this is like the pastel blue one, which is really pretty. And they just sort of sit in it. It's got quite a soft rubbery back, so it's really comfortable for them. So I really recommend this, and he loves sitting in this in the bath, and it's a really good like sort of comfortable position for them, so they don't feel too like scared or anything. So I definitely recommend this, and it's really affordable, and it's always in the sale a lot on Mamas and Papas. So if you're looking for a good bargain for a baby bath, then keep checking out the website and it might be on sale. Another thing recently, literally the past few days, he's been using is this, because I think he's starting to teeth. He hasn't got any teeth yet, but he keeps sort of trying to bite his hand. So this is from Cheeky Chompers, and it's just a little soft silicone teether. It's a little elephant, and obviously he can hold things now, and he sort of just like puts it in his mouth, and I think it's just going to help them with their gums and everything. So I would recommend a teether, especially for when they get closer to like 3 months, or whenever your baby starts teething or showing signs of teething. Just had to go and grab this quickly because he was actually using it for his nap. But these are the last things that I'm going to recommend using. This is literally the best thing ever. You can hear it. It has white noise. It's called a snooze cloud, so obviously the brand Snooze Pod. I don't really have a snooze pod, but I have this, and it makes this sound. It also makes a couple of different sounds. This one is like the waves, and then it plays like a tune as well, but the like white noise one, or whatever the noise it is, brown noise, I don't know, he literally will sleep for hours with it. It is such a lifesaver, and it's so just, I personally think, not nice to have a baby sleeping in a quiet, completely quiet, still room. Like, you know, it's good for them to be reminded of sound in the background to regulate their breathing. But obviously it's up to you what you do, but this personally has been so helpful to me, and I literally use it every day and every night. And also another similar thing is Ewan. So I used this more when he was newborn, simply because the battery started to run out and I was too lazy, so I moved on to this. But I think we've put a new one in recently. As you can see, it's quite loud. It has like a heartbeat. But this is really good as well. Obviously helps him stay asleep. So both of these, any other white noise machines are just as good either, but personally these are the two I love. So these have really helped me, and I would recommend them, especially this one, so much. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope it helped you with some of my suggestions. It's always nice to have some recommendations if you're becoming a new mum, or whether you just need some recommendations in general. I used to watch these videos all the time when I was pregnant. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to, because I try to upload every Saturday. And I will see you guys in my next video. Comment down any video suggestions that you want me to do, because I always need ideas, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.